Hey everybody. Me and my baby sitting here chilling. We eat nachos. So forgive me if I have to stop and deal with her. I think she just put that whole nacho in her mouth. As she did. Um, I'm going to. I got cheese on my neck. I'm sorry, y'all. This is disgusting. I'm going to make some videos. This is probably the first one, but it's going to be a lot of them about decoding the Matrix. And the reason why is I think if people could see the game better, they can understand where they're trapped at in the game. And if they can understand where they're trapped at in the game, it'll make them better aware of themselves in the long run, which will help themselves, which in turn will help everybody else, right? So, it's certain things that I see. And when you have eyes to see, you see. When they say that, they don't mean your physical eyes, they mean your spiritual eyes. And when people in church have a misconception of that, they think that, okay, all right. They think that it's on this whole holy level. But some things be right in front of your face and you don't see them, And for instance, I'm going to give an example. My wife and I both love the movie Kill Bill, right? It's one of our favorite movies, both of us. Come on, Mommy, let me get you a thing to wipe your hands because they're so nasty. And yesterday we were talking, and I asked her, I said, this just goes to show you me and my wife, we are on two different vibrational frequencies most of the time, but it works for us. So I said, I love that movie. I said, why do you love this movie so much? She says, because it's violent and it's bloody. And I was like, that's it. She was like, yeah. And I'm like, what about the perseverance and the determination? What about the beauty and the art of revenge, the discipline that it took? She was like, you see all that in Kill Bill? And I'm like, yeah. The most striking thing to me was the discipline that it took to focus on that particular thing. It's not the particular thing of revenge, but it's the discipline it took to focus on the revenge that resonated most with me about Kill Bill. The discipline and the determination. What resonated with her was the violence and the killing. We operate on two different levels, like I said. But it's all about perception and what you see, And most people can only see, they can see what's right in front of them, but they don't think any more about it. For instance, the like and dislike factor of YouTube. I'm just giving an example that everybody can relate to, because right now everybody's on YouTube watching it, right? The like and dislike factor on YouTube feeds into the illusion of the Matrix, right? How? Because it gives you an illusion of better than. It gives you an illusion that you can judge others. When you click that dislike button, you feel that power of, I dislike you. My thoughts are better than your thoughts. It still puts people in this illusion of being separate from each other, better than each other. There is, by no accident, that the thumbs up, thumbs down, judgmental portion of YouTube made its way onto YouTube. There is no, Mama always told me, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. For the most part, that's how I treat YouTube. If I run across a video I don't like, I just don't push anything. If I run across a video I like, to try to perpetuate the most positive aspects and encouragement of anything, I push the like button. I've never pushed the dislike button. I remember when you rated the stars, when it was 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars. I remember I gave one person 1 star one time. And I immediately regretted it because it was just keeping the illusion of the situation I was in of negative emotions. It was just keeping it going. And once I pushed the 1 star, and the person called me out on, oh, you gonna give me 1 star because you don't like what I was saying. And I immediately was like, I shouldn't have did that. Because I'm no better than that person. We're just in 2 different places, seeing through 2 different eyes, sets of eyes. Our perceptions are different for whatever reason. But I'm no better than that person. The illusion of better than is the greatest illusion that was ever created to keep human beings separate. There are forces that be and powers that be that exist and have existed for, lots of times. That what is it? That put systems in place long before we even got here, that we operate in, that we don't even recognize was put in place to keep us, to an extent, with eyes closed. The more you can project your self-image and your ego onto something else or someone else, the more you refuse to look inside and see who you really are. So I'm watching YouTube videos. I don't like her. Ooh, she's stupid. And I'm judging another human being because I'm not taking the time to judge myself, judge my own negative behavior, analyze my own negative thought patterns and do something about them. I would rather project outward than inward. One of the key foundations of the illusion of the Matrix is distraction. If you're distracted from everything else, you're not going to focus on yourself. So I'm going to distract you while you're watching YouTube. So instead of you letting what the person's saying and actually think about it, you have something else to do. You can hit the like or dislike button. You see what I'm saying? That's put there to distract you from letting the resonation of that information kind of sit and settle within your spirit. But you have something else to do. You can be the judge. I like it. I don't like it. You never, and some people, they operate from such a negative place that they'll just dislike everything just because they dislike themselves. And as long as you have that opportunity to continue disliking things and not work on the things about yourself that you dislike, as long as you have the opportunity to distract yourself with things, the process will keep it going. You'll go through life never knowing who you are, never knowing why you were here. You know what's funny? I asked my kids, my daughter dropped her pacifier. Hold on. I asked my kids once, I was like, why are you here? And they were like, I don't know. And I said, well, how are you going to find out? Why are you here? They were like, we'll Google it. Put in the search engine. Why are we here? Instant microwave generation, they don't want to think. They want somebody to think for them, which is another distraction. You can't contemplate the meaning of life if you know that something else is going to do it for you. Teaching people to not use their brains and to let their brains atrophy and become lazy and just become washed up. Because the more you don't use your brain, the more you can be controlled. The more you can listen to somebody else tell you what you need to be doing. And the more you can do it. I just thought I would point that out I always just found that very peculiar. And these were things that kind of stuck out to me in my perception like a sore thumb was like the rating system on YouTube. I was like, somebody else might take it as it's entertainment. It's just YouTube. What's the freaking big deal? Which, yeah. But you can also look at it a different way. So, all right, you guys. Appreciate you watching as always. And appreciate you subscribing as always. And take care. Holler at you later. Peace.